Hi, good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's Friday morning. I was hoping to sleep in, but we got to go talk to a gentleman this morning at 8 to, he's like a wealth management in the sense of my gift from God is not keeping track of all of the minutia, the day-to-day details having to do with the company and everything. And so I've had somebody that has been taking the information, and every time I make a purchase or something, I send them and say, hey, charge this to this property, or this goes under material, this goes under equipment, that kind of thing. And so the person that I'm going to go talk to this morning is one, they're a professional as far as it, and then they do taxes as well. And so not only will they keep track of my money, but they'll also keep track of my taxes for at the end of the year and do the tax return. So it is something, in my opinion, that's absolutely crucial with building wealth. Is you need to keep track of everything, and you need to have some accountability. I don't think it is if you're ever going to get audited. I just think it's a matter of when. My thing is that I also have two people do my taxes, and then take the one that I figure has the least amount of liability that might come back on me. There's a lot of people out there that'll pencil whip that tax return for you. It look real good. You get a bunch of money back and everything, and then all of a sudden the IRS shows up, and then you find out, well, you got to give some back. That might have not been the most legit write-off that you could have done. So there you have it. And we'll just go from there and let you see. And this was my day yesterday. Job site, 5:45 a.m. fixing to get this thing on so we can get it done and get some cash flow. That's what it's all about. And so today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to cut where this wall used to be. This is a temporary to hold it up. That's temporary. We got gussets up there. Well, we're going to cut that, and then we're going to put in a beam. That way we can sheetrock across it. There's no border, nothing hanging down, and we will be good to go. This is their soffit lights out front. Carla did a really nice job on those. Really nice tight work. And later today, we're gonna go ahead and cut this. It's gonna go all the way over there because we're gonna put the commode over here. The vanity is gonna be right there, and the bathtub's gonna go across the back. This is no longer going to be functional or anything like that. These pipes had been bad a long time ago, and they just had that pipe right there, and they wrapped it on the outside of the house, and everything completely functional. I don't like it too much, but however, we are doing new PEX pipe throughout, and the water heater is going to go there, and then we're going to be having central heat and air installed. Got to do it in this area, especially with these block houses like this. It's absolutely brutal, the humidity. Oh, there's paparazzi. Hi. Hey. 6:07, and we're having to go into the container and get something out. Organization? Who needs all that? Let's not be silly. We are trying to find a bunch of these temporary lights that we used so that you have everything going and you know for sure that everything works. And it's about time for another garage sale for sure. Oh boy. We got doubles, triples, and quadruples on some things. It's much better when Carla's down here on a regular basis because she keeps track of this stuff a lot better than I do. So there you have it. These temporary lights that we used so that you have everything going and you know for sure that everything works. And it's about time for another garage sale for sure. Oh boy. We got doubles, triples, and quadruples on some things. It's much better when Carla's down here on a regular basis because she keeps track of this stuff a lot better than I do. So there you have it. Hey there. I'm not trying to sell you on me. I do mentor people. If you're interested, send me an email, okay? Here's the thing is even Alex Hermazzi's probably going to be one of the richest people in the world. If you're not following him on YouTube and social media, you need to immediately, okay? Hit stop and start following him. Watch some of his stuff. But even he talks about getting a mentor, okay? I got 20 years in real estate. You want 20 years of experience? Give me a call, okay? You get all 20 years of that, okay? You get 20 years of evictions, you get 20 years of repairs. You will find out things that you never knew, okay? You know how you get 20 years of experience? You start with a rental property 20 years ago, okay? If you want 20 years of experience, but don't want to wait 20, then get a mentor. It absolutely is mind-boggling. People will go spend $100,000 on a house that they know nothing about. They know nothing about construction, but they'll go and spend it on it. However, they won't spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 on getting an education to enable them to buy millions and millions of dollars worth of real estate. I don't understand it. But here's the thing is that you don't have to pay me to start, okay? I'll give you 15 minutes of my time free. Just send me an email and with a phone number. I'll call you. Ask me any question. You want to talk about dump trailers? That's fine. You want to talk about this? That's fine. You want to talk about a jet ski rental? It doesn't matter. You know, I will talk with you, answer any questions you have free of charge. Have a good day. So there we have it. And we're going to put this up in there and tie everything in. So what happened is I made a mistake. We figured it out sitting on top of these two, but guess what? You had to take in calculation for those two top plates right there. And so I messed it up. Rick made great cuts. It fit fantastic through all the joist up there. However, Roberto, the boss, he did not. Ha ha ha. And that is how it is done. Well, we were headed to go pick up a dump trailer. Got a call yesterday. Had to go put it on location, about 25 squares of shingles. So did all right. Made a little cheese. I made my salt for the day, and so we're just putting it all together. So yesterday, went and talked with an attorney, and what that is about is getting all my affairs in order. And I happen to be in a situation where I don't have any children, and my mother has no interest in my rental properties, and so I really don't have anybody to leave anything to. And before you get all antsy and everything like that, I'm not, kind of everything's delegated. And but the thing about it is that those that are close to me, you know, unfortunately in our state, if you don't have things done just right, what ends up happening is as soon as you die, the next in line, your family, so to speak, which if I was to die today, it would be my mother, okay? And I don't want her burden to try to figure out with this stuff. And then second guessing herself on, you know, is this the right move? Would Robert want me to do that and everything like that? And, you know, I don't want any of that stuff to be a burden for anybody that I care about. And so I'm trying to get my affairs in order and then also figure out, you know, some strategies as far as keeping the company separate from me as a person, so to speak. And my suggestion to everybody when you start that, you don't need to do that for house for 1 through 5, okay? Don't get bogged down, because I hear it all the time. And actually, I had a mentee of mine ask me, said, you know, do I need to go ahead and set up an LLC? Do I need to do this? And I was like, you need to get a house. Buy a house first. Then let's try to do all of this and everything. You know, for lack of better words, because in the event that you are involved in a lawsuit, the first thing that's going to, generally speaking, is somebody is not going to retain an attorney. They're going to go and talk with somebody that is going to be on a commission, you know, kind of like a personal injury, okay? And that attorney is going to listen to that person and say, well, we might have a case, we might not. Then what they're going to do is they're going to turn around, they're going to come to you and say, hey, look, you know, we need a disclosure of your insurance limits, okay? So they do that and they talk to somebody. Then they're going to kind of figure out, okay, is it worth our time to go after this guy or not? Okay? And you'll figure it out. You will. And, you know, and the thing is that the more that you have that they can get, the more likely they are to sue you. And so if you have a lot of debt, then, you know, there's not a whole lot of, or if you have a whole lot of equity on your properties, then yes, because they can actually get a court order for that property to be sold. If you refuse, it could be sold at auction, and then those proceeds go to it. So that's one thing that'll happen. The other thing is that, you know, if you don't have your affairs lined up, everything could be, you know, inadvertently, you know, end up property of the state because nobody claims it. And, you know, I don't want that to happen either. You know, I want to see it go to some good. So, you know, more than likely I'll leave most everything to my church. A couple of friends that I do have, you know, I will leave some of the properties to them. But I say all of this is that, you know, when we get these blessings, it's our job to be a good steward and take care of them, okay? And unfortunately, that's one of those things we say, well, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll get to it later. I got plenty of time and everything. Well, sometimes plenty of time comes like that, and we just never know, you know? I am planning a trip in March. I plan on going to Fort Worth. I want to see them drive the cattle through the stockyards there at the middle of the day. I just want to go and check it out, spend a few days there, do something different. It's always been on my bucket list, watching them do that with the cattle. And so I am looking forward to doing that. You know, I can't stress enough that if you were basically told the day that you're going to die and you knew how much time you had left, how would you act? What would you do? You know, because I mean, none of us know if it's next week, next Friday, you know, 40 years from now, you know, and that's like I hear people all the time talking about investing. And, you know, I'll say, you know, I'll be on my high horse about, you know, get your money right and all that kind of stuff. And then they're like, well, you know, I don't plan on living that long and everything. You can't take it with you and everything. Well, guess what, folks? The average person lives over 85. And even if you're 60 years old and you start investing, you still got 25 years, you know. I'll be 52 this month, and I still got plenty of time, you know. And, you know, but what I am going to be doing is downshifting a little bit and start enjoying doing more in life, okay? Because I don't want to, you know, all of a sudden say, you know, I wish I'd gone and done this, you know. And one of the things that I also made myself promise to my mom is that, you know, I'm not going to go 60 days without seeing her. So I'll be seeing her on a frequent basis, you know. Yesterday, had to pimp Carla out, sent her to a lady's house to check her commode, that the flapper was bad. We got that repaired for the lady. Every now and then you take on a little job like that to help ease the burden so you're not bleeding the company coffers as much and everything like that. So that worked out. And as you see in the video, we got that beam up, okay? And what that did was open up the kitchen and it tied it in. It used to be just a 32-inch opening going into the kitchen from the living room. And back in the day, they kind of separated the rooms like that because they would use like plug-in space heaters, okay? And so if you were in the living room watching TV, then you just wanted that area to be the area warmed up and everything. So now it has totally made the kitchen a lot more functional. I had thought about taking the carport and making it into a studio apartment, putting a bathroom, shower, and a small kitchenette in there. I've decided to just leave the 3-bedroom, 2-bath. On the back of the property, eventually I'm going to put a shop, a big metal building. And it is possible that I might move into this property at some time because of having the shop. And the way that my house is in the neighborhood, it's just such a small area. I really don't have the room to be able to build a shop. And so this will always be one of those properties where, you know, whoever I rent the house to, I have to have access to the backyard. And most people are totally good with that. So we'll just have to see about that. And that was a big hurdle to get over, getting that beam installed and everything. So that is done. And thank you, God, I hit a goal. And it was a very large goal. It was a financial goal. And I was extremely happy. Shared that with some friends of mine. You got to be careful who you do that type of stuff with, because the vast majority of people I've found, you know, will come at you as far as you being arrogant, you're being egotistical. And, you know, first person that I shared this goal with, he was like, right on, man. Of course, he's worth 3 times as much as I am and everything. And so he understands, you know, this is not me saying, you know, look at me. This is me saying, you know, this is something that we accomplished, just as the person that, you know, bench presses 500, you know, and says, you know, it's not I'm the greatest in the world, but hey, man, I hit that goal. So keep striving, be productive, be profitable, figure out who's got your money, and I hope you have a great day.